My friends are gonna kill me. In Sesshomaru, it makes practical sense too with his character because he needs to continue his line, and by this point, he doesn't view humans as inferior anymore.
Right.
So in a way, his affection, his respect for the girl that he's coming to care for, would override his pride.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd be like,
and who would he rather reproduce with?
Right, because he doesn't. I think he just doesn't want to also mess with other demons and arranged marriages. And it has been said that he's a bit like, I don't think he says it to himself, but he's a bit sad about him being raised to be a warrior and not close to his mom, even though he does respect her and love her naturally. So I think. So with that, and then the death of his father, and seeing how Inuyasha actually came to be respectable for him to acknowledge. And he's like, we're family. Unfortunately. So it does really add up. I just my friends are gonna kill me. Because they know I've been adamant about the father-daughter relationship, which I have, but at the same time,
but
I can't deny that it does add up.
That's definitely where it started. It started with that kind of protective relationship, Right. But oftentimes those kinds of relationships can shift and change.
Right. I don't think it was a father-daughter relationship until the near end.
These kinds of relationships actually have happened a lot through history, and it happens when, a gentleman takes on a
prodigy
ward.
Oh, that's
someone that they are meant to just protect, care for, take care of. A lot of times they would become a father figure, to this girl or to this boy, whoever it is, and would take care of them until they're an adult and they became a parent to them. And a lot of it was because they were orphans or something happened to their parents. Their parents were put in prison and they were gonna be put into a workhouse as a child, that kind of stuff. Someone wealthy who knew the family or was connected to someone would get a call and be like, there's this child, would you consider taking them on, blah, blah, blah. And then there were some times where as the child would grow up, because they just had such a great relationship,
friendship,
that connection. Child would get to, 16, 17, 18, and there would be a mutual understanding between the two of them.
Right.
Let's get married. Because then you will have security for the rest of your life. That will never be a fear for you ever. When I die, you'll get everything of mine. It was more of a
comfort.
It was a comfort thing. There's already a relationship. We already get along.
Right. Why risk it with someone else?
Exactly. There's already love here. There's understanding here. There's respect here.
Right.
Let's tack on now physical comfort as well with each other. And it very rarely became a super romantic love. It was, again, you're safe together, there's comfort with each other, there's familiarity, that kind of thing.
Respect and everything.
Yep. So I could
That's a lot more than a girl can ask for in that era.
Exactly. That's the other thing. And putting it into context, feudal era that they're in.
Right.
Once she got to, 16, 17 years old.
I think she's 17 by the point of this time.
Then there absolutely, could have been a very easy conversation of her going, look, I'm obviously going to stay with you for the rest of my life because I love this place, I love the comfort, I love your company, you love my company, blah, 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 blah. Has a different respect for these two characters. Because those are the kinds of relationships that will elicit a lot of respect from your reader to those two, to the Sesshomaru type character in the relationship that decided to, turn it into a marriage
emotional comfort
union for reason of I want to protect you. And I do care about you, and I don't want you to ever have to go through that turmoil again.
Right.
So this will prevent anyone from saying anything or anything ever happening, blah, blah, blah.
Right, because he can't be sure anyone a human can protect him.
Right.
And also in that era, you can't be sure a human's not going to hurt her. So,
Yep.
very true.
But having the reputation for, someone like him, then automatically she's going to have that reputation, or because of his reputation, no one's going to try anything.
Right.
Because they go, oh, that's the bride of Sesshomaru.
Right.
And that would be the title that she would use for the rest of her life, because it's automatic protection.
All right. I feel like there's two huge arguments, at least for me, in the animation world that seem to always vexes me, and that's this one. I mean, I'm not mad about it, I get it, but at the same time it makes no sense. Because with him, people assuming it's child grooming, one, it's not.
Right.
It's not. You have to know what it is to actually say it, apparently, and apparently a lot of people don't.
Right.
Do people not know mental stuff? I mean, I know we're just coming to an age where it's finally being acknowledged and accepted, at least in the Western part.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, good grief, people, get a dictionary. Use the internet, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I don't know if it's romance. I don't think so. I think it's kind of gonna comfort. And I saw this YouTuber. I don't know. I think it's legit. She found this part of the script, and it said it had a conversation with Sesshomaru and Jockin. And it said Jockin was like, "Are you now gonna propose to the human Rin? Human girl Rin?" And Sesshomaru was like, "Yep, it's time." And I think that by that point, at least what I'm getting from my reading of it, is that it's him coming to terms, like, it's comfort, might as well. So that's just what I was getting at. Because it makes sense as friendship, so, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you know how many friends marry each other and have the strongest marriages out of everyone else?
Yes.
So it's just like, it happens.
Yes. It happens a lot.
Right.
I wish it would happen more often.
Right.
Those are the best kind of when friendship is the foundation of marriage or a partnership, or eventually, because romance can happen.
It can happen.
Physical attraction in those ways can happen and grow out of friendship.
Right. Right.
So if that's your solid foundation, absolutely, you're set way more.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you're starting with mutual respect,
Mm-hmm.
mutual appreciation. You know each other's worst moments and best moments, but you've stuck together through your worst and best moments. So that speaks a lot of I still love you in your worst moments, because obviously we've been friends for however many long.
Right. And Rin has seen crap in her time, and so by the time she reaches Sesshomaru, she's like, this is normal.
Right.
So, yeah.
And for her, as a child, to not be afraid to stand up to this 900-year-old demon.
Right.
And be like, stop. You should not do that. That is mean. That's blah, 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 blah. That speaks to her character, which would speak then to Sesshomaru. Right. To eventually go, number one, she's never been afraid of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to intimidate her. I don't need to be that in front of her.
Right.
But also, that creates a lot of respect for him.
Oh, yeah.
Being this powerful ancient demon, to be like, okay, human girl standing up to me. Okay.
My theory is that they got married, they conceived on the window because that's what expected, and she conceived. He's like, okay, great, we have heirs. We don't have to continue if you don't want to, but I don't think he would want to, because I think he wouldn't want to risk any pregnancies hurting her. And I think twins are enough. So I just think that's how the marriage went. Like because it's still a friendship, it's still a comfort, understanding,
right.
Respectful. They have kids / heirs, continue his line, and all of a sudden good.
Yep.
I just feel like that's just it.
Right. It was out of duty.
Right.
And then done.
Right. And
again, different kind of relationship, and in
in
writing.
Ruth, that's the thing in Ruth in
yes.
the Bible. I think I always found out weird how they said that was Sesshomaru Rin, but yet with Ruth, you know, she was a child. Like, I know she was a woman, young woman, but really she was a child. She was a poor thing thrown out into the wilderness. God bless her, I swear. Which he did, obviously.
Literally.
Literally. And this man who was twice her age, I don't know, I know he was ancient in comparisons. So, and he loved and respected her, and they were husband and wife, partners. Ergo, marriage, not just lovey-dovey Western stuff. Right. Anyway, I just want to say for the audio that I think if it is to believe that she does, and I think it makes sense that she does end up with him, their children's names, which have one means eternity, I remember. I don't know what the other one was, but they all have to do with time. And that's clearly in reference, if that's to be believed, to Rin's wish to forever be with Shiro, and that is very eloquently poetic, and what it is her wish, you know. Mm-hmm. She may not herself be able to be with him, but she in a way can still be with him.
Yep, through their children.
Right, I think that's just absolutely beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's gorgeous, and it's, yeah. I'm excited, but I'm not. I can live without it, but I'm curious. Anyway, that's my rant. Poor Jacket. I didn't just see Rin 50 because they lived to be 50, arguably, like around that time. And old crumpled over and Jacket beating himself over like, you have to be comfortable, my love's gonna kill me.